Yes, namaste and welcome everyone for today's webinar. We're going to be talking about the California College of Ayurveda's at-home cleanse. It's been inspired by the traditional Panchakarma cleansing practices. It's a 21-day guided purification process that you can experience from the comfort of your own home with the daily guidance and support from experienced Ayurvedic practitioners. This cleanse aims to rid the body of accumulated toxins and energies from the body and mind and kindle the digestive fire referred to as Jatarni. This is a unique opportunity for a personalized cleanse guided by experts in the field and is perfect for everyone. And so in today's session, we're going to have Dr. Bobby Takhar discuss with you the schedule, but also key aspects of the cleanse. And we're going to get into your questions, of course, and answer them. So thank you, everyone, for joining today's webinar. If you haven't yet put in the chat, please do. Ram Agarwal from Sunnyvale, California, thank you for joining. And now let me introduce our special guest, our panelist, Dr. Bobby Takhar. She is MAS, a CAS, a PKS, is a graduate of the California College of Ayurveda with an advanced Panchakarma certification. She is a member of the teaching faculty and specializes in teaching the respiratory, urinary, and cardiovascular modules of the curriculum. She's also an intern supervisor and master teacher to distance learning students. Her deep knowledge and wisdom come from generations of living an authentic Ayurvedic lifestyle. She weaves this knowledge into every part of her being to bring healing to all that come into her presence. She enjoys also teaching Kundalini Yoga as a service to her community. We are glad to be partnering with Bobby today on this webinar. Thank you, Bobby, for joining. Let me hand it to you. I know you have a presentation, so we are glad to have you with us and sharing your knowledge and experience with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ankur, for the kind words. Thank you. Wonderful to be here. So let's start with a short meditation first, and then we'll dive right into the presentation. So let's take a moment, maybe bring your hands into the heart center, maybe feet flat on the ground. The idea is to have the spine straight, letting the flow of energy force through your every cell. And let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, nice and easy. Also setting the intention of the classroom setting. We are all students on this path, on this journey of life. So this is a special opportunity for all of us to be in a classroom setting. So let's put that into our physical world around us, and also mentally as well, that we are students here for the next hour or so. We will focus on this and hopefully dive deep into the knowledge of Ayurveda and go back into our regular lives with the wisdom that it offers of thousands of years of experiencing it by humans, right? No research is, well, the research is being done now. So it's a wonderful path that we are on and a wonderful journey we are on. So as we do the research, and we also have the human research with Ayurveda. With that, let's take another deep breath in. And exhale slow. And we'll chant the Gayatri mantra once, and then we will Om together. Deep breath in. Om Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Welcome to the class. And so we see more and more, right? That people are realizing that we need preventative care. We have amazing system. We have amazing medical system. that really helps us with disease, right? It helps us to manage. So if we have diabetes, if we have heart conditions, any of the diseases, so heart blood pressure, right? Cancer, there's nothing better than the medical system that we currently have to manage those symptoms. But when we talk about preventing it, preventing is where we lie, where Ayurveda lies. Its deep roots are in looking at the root cause. Well, yes, we will manage the symptoms of cancer, but where's the root? How do we heal the root? So it can go hand in hand. So I get many patients that are cancer patients. They're working with their medical doctors, and then I will do the deeper work, like how to take care of it from the root, to remove it from the root cause. So with that, let's see. Generally, my colleague, Kelsey, Dr. Kelsey, and I run these cleanses through the college twice a year. We do them. And like Ankur said, they are completely guided. You are never alone for the 21 days. We are always on hand, and we give you instructions step by step. And I'll talk more about those towards the end as well. So right now, I just want to give you a big hand, guys. Like, welcome. And I'm proud of you for taking these steps into Ayurveda, into your own healing. This means that you want to heal, you're willing to heal, and you really care about this preventative health, right? We are sick of being sick now. We see people around us getting sicker and sicker. Yes, the symptoms are being managed, no doubt. But where is the quality of life, right? Where is that deep joy? Where's the swastha? There's a word in Ayurveda, says swastha. That means complete happiness, complete health. Complete health comes with not just the physical body, with the mind and the spirit as well. So hopefully I'll touch a little bit on that. I don't have a lot of time. Oh gosh, now like under an hour. So I'm against time, and I will try and present everything that I have on my slides, and hope to take your questions for the last 15 minutes or so. So let me share my screen with you.
And I launched a poll. Let us know how familiar you are with Ayurveda. If you're an expert, a practitioner, if you're familiar but not practicing, just know the basics, not at all. And Bobby G, when you're ready, I can share the results. Give folks another second.
That would be wonderful. I would love to see those results, because that way I can talk a little bit deeper, or I can change my wording to make sure that it comes through in a very clear, simple way.
Yeah. So we have about 35 of 50 people who have filled it out. Let's take another second. If you see it, minimize, maximize, let us know where you are on the Ayurveda spectrum. And then I'll share that. All right. Let me end that and then share the results so you can see it. We have, other than yourself, I don't think we have any experts. We have a few practitioners, some familiar, not really practicing. Most people just know the basics. A few people don't know anything at all about Ayurveda. So that's kind of our breakdown. There you go.
Perfect. Definitely, please put your questions in the chat. I believe I can see them, so I will look at those questions towards the end, most likely. But feel free to ask these questions as we walk along, and if you want me to. First of all, I want to recognize Dr. Halpern, my mentor, and the founder of the CCA college. He's amazing, amazing, amazing. I can't say enough about him. He really doesn't need an introduction. Pick up a book that he has. He has a wonderful, really easy to read book, Heal Your Life. Wonderful read especially if you are new to it, and especially if you are gone deeper into it, then you'll really begin to understand his journey and how he healed with the Ayurveda. So with that, thank you to him. We have this knowledge, and he's brought it to us in such an easy format for us to understand. All right. So here we have the divine healer, Dhanvantara, right? So we do pranam to him, and we also do pranam to our hearts as well, the wisdom that we have in our own hearts. So we bow down to the energy, to the divine in each of our hearts. Let's see. Looks like I have a little bit of a lag time here. So we begin with this first slide. It says, what is a cleanse? Okay. Now I see the full slide. It talks about ama. And most of you that are familiar with Ayurveda, you know what ama is. It's the internal toxins, right? So when we do the cleanse, we're going to cleanse 3 parts of our beings. We're going to cleanse the body, we're going to cleanse the mind, and we're going to do the cleansing of the consciousness also. And we'll talk about more of those as we break down the slides on each one. And this cleanse is, as Ankur said earlier, it is inspired by this format known as Panchakarma. Panchakarma is a 5-fold systematic process that uses to clean the body of toxic materials left by disease and poor digestion. In Ayurveda, we understand that it's not so much of what you eat, but what you're able to digest that matters. So each person is different, each food is different, how we digest each food, each individual body is different. So our approach here is very individualized, which is sort of like the new format that even medical system is now beginning to recognize that, hey, one thing doesn't work for everybody. One type of medicine is not working for everybody. So what is the approach? It's the approach of the individual being. So let's see. So internal toxins, when we talk about the internal toxins are built from everything that we take in through the 5 senses. As you guys know, the 5 senses are taste, smell, sight, sound, and touch. Those are the only 5 ways that information or things, positive or negative, can enter into our bodies, into our mind. Those are the only 5 paths, right? So you would think that would be simple to heal then. Okay, if there is the five paths, if we just kind of work on those 5 paths, we can heal our bodies. And it is as simple as that, except that when you actually begin to apply this knowledge, it becomes a little challenging because we are human beings. We are set in our own ways, right? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that. So if I was to, when we talk about cleansing the body, so if I was to give you an example of that, through the sense of taste, we take in an unhealthy diet and unhealthy food. So what is unhealthy diet and unhealthy food? Really be on an individual level. So when we see our patients as practitioners, we go into their file, we spend a lot of time, we spend like 2 to 3 hours looking at their file and really recognizing where their food habits need adjusting. So it's not a one for all sort of approach. It's a very individual approach. What I would be looking for in this patient is that how is their digestion versus like what are the foods that they're taking? Are these foods beneficial for them, for their type of body? And then I'll break down these slides. There's more on these slides. So when we talk about cleansing the body, how will we cleanse the body? Especially in this 21-day cleanse, we're going to help you to break unhealthy habits. We are going to help you break unhealthy lifestyle habits. So if you take a moment in the chat, can you write me an example of an unhealthy eating habit that is maybe in your life or that you're aware of? It might not be you know somebody else, or since most of it you've all read in Ayurveda, what is an unhealthy eating habit? And then give me an example of what is an unhealthy lifestyle habit. I'd like to see those in the chat box. Just write in your answers. Eat at 8 p.m., smoking, eating big meals, at night, eating too much spicy food. Yes. especially those that are of the pitta nature, drinking alcohol will increase heat and dryness as well. Having tea is astringent, right? It's going to dehydrate us. Desserts, depending on what time of the night they're taken. Good, good. What about unhealthy lifestyle habits? What's a lifestyle habit? What comes to mind when we talk about lifestyle habits? Too much of rice, watching too much too. Yes, sedentary lifestyle, definitely. Good, good. Wonderful. So in this cleanse, we teach you how to break those unhealthy habits step by step. We give you the process, we show you, we share with you experiences, we help you to break those lifestyle habits. Your 21-day program is completely organized. You're given step by step throughout the day, when you rest, when you eat the food, when you take time, when you go to bed, what time you wake up. Everything is done for you. So there's nothing left like, oh, can I do this or can I do that? And those are questions when we have our live lessons with you, you can ask us those questions at that time. When we bring these two first points into balance, is going to normalize digestion. Remember, we're being focused on what is being digested, right? That matters. So if I were to give you an example about digestion, what does normalizing digestion means? So all of you, hopefully, are familiar with the kitchen. Those of you that are men may not be as familiar because you don't enter the kitchen as much, maybe. But think about the food, right? If the food is undercooked, it's no good. It's waste, right? You throw it in the garbage. It's spoiled. It's not healthy to eat. It's not cooked properly. So we can't eat food that is not cooked properly, right? It is goes to the garbage. And on the other hand, if we cook it on an agni that is too high on the stovetop, the food burns. And again, the food is spoiled. We throw it in the garbage. In a similar way, our bodies react in the same way. When food is not properly digested, it doesn't know what to do with it. So it becomes toxins in our body. Good digested food will become good rasa, rakta. It'll make up all the tattoos. Our muscle is built from the foods we eat. Our bones are made of the foods we eat. Our eyes, our hair, everything in us, every single cell is made up from the foods or the drink or what we take in through the five senses is made up of that. So how powerful is that? So if I'm going to have a donut, my cells are going to be made up of donuts. If I eat broccoli, then my cells will be made up of broccoli, just to kind of give you that wide range of understanding. So digestion in Ayurveda is on the top of our list. What is a patient's digestion like? And if we have good digestion, like I said, it will build strength and it will build resistance and it will build health. Are you guys with me so far? Just give me thumbs up in the chat if you're with me so far. You're getting this. I'm used to teaching classes, so I like the interaction. I like you guys to like have a hold on this. Like, what is this that we're talking? I want you to take away from today to apply these things in your daily life, whether you come to the cleanse or you do other cleanses, whatever you do, the path that you choose, I want you to take some key points away today. So here's a little bit about the five senses. As I was speaking about, the misuse of the senses leads to physical and emotional stress and disease. It's simple as that, guys. It really is as simple as that. When we misuse these, it leads to our physical, emotional. We know how much emotional stress is affecting our lives. Every single person that I know has a word in their vocabulary, stress. Where was it 20 years ago? We didn't hear that word as much, did we? So nowadays, we are really feeling that emotional stress on ourselves. It's become really big in our modern day world. So we want to be able to heal that part of our bodies too. So that's where Ayurveda is so amazing at that, because we are not just looking at the physical body, we're looking at the mental body. That's the nervous system. We focus on the nervous system, we heal the nervous system, we ask each patient, where is the stress levels coming from? And then help them with that how they can minimize the stress in their lives, is what the outlook is, right? So here, Dr. Halpin writes, like, with the taste, junk food, like smell, junk smells. Write me some examples in there of junk smells. What is a junk smell? In our modern day world, it's everything that we are using, hairsprays. We don't even think about that they're junk smells, all the products that we use for cleaning. Now imagine your little ones running around and taking those fumes. They're unseen, right? So tell me a little bit about smells, right? What are the smells that are harming our systems currently in our modern day world? Write me an example of sights. What are we taking in? What are we watching on TV? What are we looking at the world around us? What are we allowing inside? What are we looking at through our eyes? What do we pick up? The sound is what do we hear? Have we become aware of the background noise? What is our background noise? Maybe you work in an office that there is always chatter in the background. There's always argument in the background. What is your home like? Is there a lot of arguments? Is there a lot of upsets in your current world, right? And what are we getting exposed to? So I want to become aware. This slide is basically bring awareness to these five senses, because these are the five senses that allow disease within. And these are the exact same five senses that allow health in as well. Isn't that fascinating? Touch. Junk touch, right? It's the fundamental. I believe that touch is the most primitive. It is the fundamental to human beings. So things like a massage, things like a hug, give your loved ones a hug as you walk in, as you walk out, give your kids a hug, give your anybody around you, give them a hug. Touch is so important, and we are not as much in touch as we used to. So as I said, those five senses allow us to get into a disease condition, but they also allow us to get into a swastha condition, into a health, a perfect health, swastha, meaning perfect health. So we can have some good quality food. We can have quality smells. We can choose quality sights. We can choose quality sounds. What do I want to hear? Do I want to hear gossip, or do I want to hear the mantras? What kind of music? Am I listening to music that disturbs me, or music that brings me peace? Sitting with my loved ones. Touch is about spending time with people, spending time with people you love, spending time with like-minded people. So if you are into meditation, then seek those people out. If you love gardening, seek those people out. It's whatever fills your soul, whatever makes you happy. You want to be happy internally. So seek those groups out, seek those people out, and spend time with them. Quality time becomes about quality. And that's what I see in our modern day world. We're losing the quality of our lives. We're living longer, maybe because of modern medical systems that we have in place, but do we have the quality of life? Are we joyful? Are we happy to wake up every morning? It's like, this is the best day in my life, right? Oh my God, I can't wait for this day to begin. Are you jumping up for joy to see the next day's sun? Are you at peace when you put your head on the pillow and go to sleep? So with that, we want to cleanse. Good answers, guys. Clorox, pesticides, political negativity. Excellent, excellent. How much are we listening to that? Let's listen to something else, right? Is it really going to affect our lives? Focus on quality and not quantity. Good job, good job. Stay involved and stay here with me. Oh my goodness, we are almost halfway through. I better work faster at this. Okay, cleansing the mind. What does that mean? That means quietude. We all know the importance of having some quiet time. It says here negativity, the toxins of the mind. It's negativity. It is like we have actual toxins in the body from food, from bad food, from the residue of undigested foods is the toxins in the body. In a similar way, we have negativity is the toxin of the mind. So what is negativity? Non-judgment is an internal dialogue, right? So we want to have that internal dialogue. A lot of times it's not that we are negative on the outward. We're not telling people, oh, I don't like this or this or this, right? It's more of that internal chatter Listen to the internal chatter. What is your mind saying? What is your internal dialogue? All right, negative. So I want to break that word negativity. What does it mean to us in our regular everyday lives, right? Negativity means an attitude that expects the worst. So write that down. What is negativity? Break it down. Negativity is when we expect the worst. So that analogy of most times you guys have heard, where's my cup? My cup of tea is not here today. Thinking the cup is half full or half empty. One person looks at it as half full, is positive that. One looks at it as a half empty, is negativity, is thinking the worst. Where does it stem from? We also want to look at the root cause. In Ayurveda, we are always interested, where is the root cause? Where is it really coming from? And it can, when we explore our patients, when we ask them these deeper questions, when we work with them, that's our work with them. Where is it coming from? And we get to the bottom of it. And with some, it'll be things like past experiences. Their environment, their general environment of the home may have been very negative. So they've picked up these habits, right? We pick up habits from our work environment, the company that we keep, right? Non-judgment means observing and accepting. Simple as that. We observe everything, we take in everything, but we also accept everything. Let it be. Let the world be. Just becoming an observer instead of a critic. There's a place for being a critic. We can do it in our jobs. We can do it when we need to. But generally to keep ourselves at peace, not judgment, and non-attachment. Non-attachment means free from any outcome. So right now I have a bit of attachment. I'm hoping that all my students will have a little bit of takeaway from this today, right? That they take some pointers and begin to apply it into their daily lives from today on, like from right now, that they get it and they apply. So that's a bit of an attachment, but I would say that's a healthy attachment, right? Okay, so we can have healthy attachments. It's just becoming aware. All right, let's see what we have on the next slide. The ego and our higher self, those are the 2 pointers, and they are the ones that affect our intellect, the decision maker, right? So what are we going to let ego decide the decision that we make, or are we going to let our higher self make that decision? So let's talk a little bit about the ego as well. Let's break down the ego. What is the ego? It's an inflated view of the self, thinking that I'm always right, thinking that my way is the highway, right? So that ego, we're quite familiar with the word ego. So kind of explore the ego within yourself, each individual being. I would say journaling would be a great way to know, do you have ego or where does it hide? It may not be so forthcoming on the outside, but what is your internal dialogue? Look at that. And what does the higher self mean? Higher self means it is the true self. That's who we really are. We are all about love. It represents, I really like this line when I was looking for what the meaning of that higher self. It says it represents the greatest potential we have. How about that? What is my greatest potential? When I'm in an ego, I cut myself off and said, no, it's my way. But when I open myself up, when I'm open to the possibilities, then there is a greater potential in life. So that's all about the mind. We're still talking about the mind. And here's the ego, and here is the higher self. Another thing that affects our health is time and emotion. And that's a natural process. But there are ways we can slow it down. Time and emotion. The way to slow time down is to slow down. Sometimes you've seen that we have racing thoughts, right? We just can't get rid of them. They're on and on and on and on. That is the Vata dosha. Those of you that are in this field of Ayurveda. Vata, 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 right? The movement. So the movement in the mind also ages you. And the movement, fast lifestyles are aging us. So slow down. That's the key, really, to time and motion. How to slow that down, slow down. Time is a measurement of motion. The faster we move, the faster we age. And the faster our thoughts travel through our mind also ages us. Not to mention that it creates an anxiety, and then we say, oh, I'm in overwhelm. Why? Because one thought didn't have time to stop, listen, and do, resolve, and then go into the next task. And then we keep adding, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I gotta do this and this and this and this and this. Remember that chatter? Are you guys with me still? Okay, give me thumbs up if you're still with me. Okay, a little bit about time and emotion and cleansing consciousness. So we know it needs to be cleansed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Thank you. Awesome. Removing the obstacles to unconditional love. What is unconditional love? I really want to break these words down and make them simple for you guys. Like really begin to understand. Let's not talk about unconditional love. Like we've begun to use these phrases sort of like they're just phrases. They have no deeper meaning. What do they really mean? Unconditional love, like loving someone regardless of direction. Can we really do that in real life? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, guys. It's not as simple as that. But we can begin. We can start. We may not be 100% perfect and accept them for everything they are. Can we begin to accept 25% of them? Can I begin to accept 10% of them? We can start small. It doesn't have to be that the first minute I learned this education, I'm like, oh my God, I have to love my mother-in-law. No, I can start with saying, okay, I can love this part of her. I like the part when she makes tea and sits with me. I can love that part. Okay, I'll work on the rest of the parts. Make sense, guys? Expanding awareness and connectedness. How do we expand our awareness? One of the best ways to expand your own awareness is by journaling and mindfulness, like really taking it in. So let's say you're at a party, you're having fun. Take a moment, just take a deep breath in and say, where am I? What am I doing? What are the thoughts that are running in my head? And really taking that moment, like let the awareness come in, let it have a space, connect with the divine, connect with the universe around you. Open yourself up to new experiences. That helps to expand your awareness also. Remembering what we already know. What are we, guys? Put that word in. What are we? We are complete love. That's what we are. And that's what we are. That's where our goal is, to become that. We already know we are that. But in this lifetime, we have to work at this to get there. That's why we've taken this human life, to get some of that work done. All right, who will benefit from this cleanse? Honestly, everyone and everyone, anyone and everyone is open for this cleanse, because it will just get you deeper and deeper. It'll move you deeper and deeper into yourself. Do you remember the first time, like after a long while, if you clean the house and you're like, oh, that feels so good. And then a week later, like if you really get into your house cleaning, you begin to see the little things. You're like, oh, there's a little bit of that dust behind the door, so I didn't get. Oh, I didn't get on top of those cabinets. And then you see things that you never saw before, like the fan, right? Or like, is there dust on the top of that fan? Okay, I'm going to get that as well. When we begin the process, we begin to go deeper with our cleansing. The deeper we clean. So Ayurveda recommends about 2 cleanses every year. Somewhere in spring and then somewhere in fall. Those are the best ways. And once you've done this cleanse with us, you have all the tools. You don't have to come back and do it with us. You have all the tools. We give you all the information. We give you all the slides. Everything is given to you. You can do it on your own after that as well. All right, so let's look at a few of these keywords that is really beneficial for. Like this is super good for people who are feeling tired. What does tired mean? Tired can be people who would feel tired. Put in a word in that. Who would feel tired? What's going on with them? Why are they tired? Lack of sleep, poor diet, medical conditions, mental health issues. Let's put in a word for heavy. Who would be feeling heavy? Who would be feeling stuck? Who would be feeling negative? What does the isolation look like? Who would be isolated? Who is a hypersensitive person? Write some of those examples in the chat for me. Heaviness, believe it or not, you would think is the opposite quality, but heaviness also can come from dehydration. There is such a, I teach the urinary system, and I get so many patients that are dehydrated, yet we carry water bottles with us no matter where we go. The first thing we put in our purse on by our side, but do we actually drink it? Do we actually drink the water? Do we drink mindfully? Do we drink enough? Do we offset all the coffees and the alcohol that we are drinking? Because they dry us out. So we need to replace those. Lack of exercise, muscle strain, stress and anxiety. Stuck. That's a good one. Stuck. Where are we stuck in life? Are you stuck in life? Are you stuck in your job? Are you stuck at a point where you're like, I don't know where to go, which direction to move? We have to remove those obstacles. What are the obstacles that are standing in your way? Are they physical or the mental or the spiritual? Don't know. Fear, overwhelm. Usually the idea behind being stuck is somebody that has a lot of fear. It makes us put things on hold. We are unable to move forward or backward. It gets us stuck. Isolation, depression, grief, give people who need help, like especially in today's day and age, isolation is becoming big, especially with our elderly. We're no longer living in joint families. Our elderly are sometimes at home all by themselves. So bring some awareness to that, help them out. And once you've gone through the cleanse yourself, you may very well see all of that, because what happens, it opens up the consciousness, it opens up awareness, it allows us the things that were right in front of us. Sometimes we just get stuck sort of like in our own path, right? And we just keep moving forward. All right, so now let me talk a little bit about the cleanse itself, of what the process is like. It is a 21-day cleanse. There will be 4 total meetings in that one. Our first meeting is generally a week before the cleanse even starts. And we have that meeting where we answer all of your questions. You may have, is it right for me? Is this the right time? Whatever those questions you may have. You may have to take a day off, or you may be working somewhere in those cleanses. And so we answer all of your questions. We send you all the documents. Once you sign up with us, we send you all the documents. We send you a package that has all of your herbs in it, has your medicated ghee, has the enema bags. We teach you how to do Anuvasana Bastis and Ruha Bastis. So it's like a mini, I don't want to say a mini Panchakarma, but a format of that. So it's a deep cleansing, and it is a step-by-step process that we help you to go through. We send you a list of groceries that you need to get for yourself. So we give you that week to just sort of like really begin to prepare. And we may even ask at that time, you can begin to let go of a little bit of dairy, cut back on dairy, cut back on alcohol, cut back on tea, not completely give it up, because we'll ask you to do that in our first meeting, in our second meeting. But in that first one, the pre-cleanse meeting, this is kind of the discussion we have. We also give you a dosha questionnaire where we, if you send it back to us, then we can guide you a little bit more even individually. We can tell you, so if you're a Vata Pitta, we will tell you exactly the type of diet that you need to follow in that group setting as well. So it's more individualized care. We like to have that. We often ask you for your tongue pictures as well. That way we can assess the ama that is currently in you, the toxins that are in you. So it's a very individual approach, no matter how big or small our group is. We get to talk to every single person and guide them. Our second meeting is on that first day when you start the cleanse. It's known as Panchakarma. That goes on for a week, and that one we talk about the format of your daily duties or daily format that you'll be having. Your wake up time, your rest times, what foods you eat is generally a khichdi diet with vegetables. We give you a list of the vegetables that you can cook with. We give you some recipes. So we really talk about that format for the next 7 days, what that format will be like. Then we meet in that third meeting, which is the major part of the cleansing. That's when your body is ready to expel the toxins that is brought into the gut. And through that, the diet gets even lighter, just on a khichdi, no vegetables at that time. And we introduce you to the Naruha and Anuvasana Bastis. We even have a video made on that, on how to do that procedure correctly at home in a home setting. And then our fourth meeting, which I find is always the most important. Kelsey and I spend quite a bit of time on that, because it's not how you go into the cleanse. It's more important how you come out of the cleanse. We teach you step by step what you can bring back into your daily diet and how to come out of that cleanse, so that when you begin to rebuild, you have a clean slate to bring to start with. And the introduction of, bringing in some vegetables, then some fruits, then some dairy, a little by little, your digestion will be stronger. Then you will not create any more armor in your body, and you are on your first steps to health. All right. I think I got it, guys. I think I got it all. Let me see my next slide. Okay. You will be successful, no doubt. No doubt in my mind, no doubt in Kelsey's mind. We see this over and over again. Every single cleanse is a cleanse according to us, according to our patients, according to our participants that have been there in the past for us, because it brings us such a deep healing. We get letters months and years later and saying how fundamental that change was in their life, and how it helped them to shift and see things that they were not aware of, and how much healthier they are. So in each cleanse, we learn what worked and what didn't work, so that we are ready for the next time. Like it's impossible to say like we'll have 100% cleansing the very first time. Yes, it's the beginning of a house cleaning, right? On that first day, we may get that one room. Next week, we'll get the second room. Third week, we'll get the third room. So slowly, it's in a similar way. We begin to cleanse this body, cleanse this mind, and then really work on our spiritual health as well. I love this line from Ayurveda, from Dr. Halpern. Nothing is right for everyone. And I mean nothing. There is nothing that you can say. Take an example of something such as like, you guys are going to be on a very simple diet of mung and rice. Is that right for everybody? No, we're going to guide you how it becomes right for you. You may have to add a little bit more spice. You may have to add a little bit less spice. You may have to add a little bit more mung. You may have to add a little bit more rice, or take out the rice or add the mung. So many variations. Each individual person is different, but it's the variation and what we add with it will make it more important. And everything in this world is right for someone, but who is that someone? So we really begin to figure out what works for me. Okay, they say an apple a day works for everyone, but does it work for me? Does it give me gas? Does it run my sugar high? Is it good for me? Is it good for my individual body? So we really get to the bottom. When you begin to see an Ayurvedic practitioner, these are some of the highlights. These are some of the deep inner knowledge they teach you to look at and heal your own selves, because this is a science of the householder. That's how I look at Ayurveda. It's a science of it's a medical system for the everyday householder. It's doable, it's usable, but it does require effort. It really does require effort and mindfulness. All right, my friends, I think I got it all. Namaste, and we will take questions right now.
Wonderful. That was such a great presentation. I hope people are ready for this cleanse. But we will take your questions first. Please put in the Q&A box questions that you'd like Dr. Bobby to answer. It's a little hard to follow in the chat, so the Q&A box is a little bit better. Vijay Kane,
do I have access to that?
Yeah, the Q&A box, it should be at the bottom of your screen between the share and the chat function. Maybe you can click it. It should have I see 7 questions, 7 in a circle that says red. So if you can find it, otherwise I can start going through these questions. Vijay Kane, friend of HUA from the Houston area, is asking for a detailed explanation of junk food. What does it mean that it's junk food? I mean, and like you're saying, it's not the same for everyone, but Vijayji, thank you for joining. I know you're taking Ayurveda classes with HUA before, and we're glad to have you as a friend of HUA, but also a good question.
We're glad to have you as a friend of HUA.
That's a great question. I'm sorry, who asked that question? I seem not to have that on my, it says show webinar. Is that the one?
No, not show webinar. It should be Q&A, the ampersand sign on your control screen. It's like the 5th or 6th one. If Vijay
Okay, so I have video, I have participants, then chat, then share and pause.
Yeah, it should be in that row of things, Q&A box.
It says show and more. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Vijay. Was it Vijay's question?
Yes, Vijay Khanit from Houston.
Okay, so I love that question. What is a junk food? Honestly, anything can be a junk food, right? I often give this analogy of, so if we're to keep in alignment with the seminar, the presentation we just did, anything that your body's not able to digest properly. So after eating it, you feel light, you feel vibrant, you have energy, and it builds good tissue, it builds good health. I would say that is appropriate for you. So even if it is a donut, right? Does it give you those components? Does it give you health? It's not so much about how much protein and how much carbs and all of that has. That also has a place in our systems. But we want to look, how am I digesting? If I take 2 slices of an apple, do I feel good? If I eat the whole apple, am I going to be bloated? Then that apple can fall into junk food. If I take the 2 slices and I'm able to digest it, then that's the right food for me. But junk food overall, to answer that question a little bit more broadly, is that anything that is packaged, I would consider that junk food. Anything that you're not taking, like on the green shelves, right? Any vegetables, any fruits, anything that is live, soaked nuts, any of those components would fall under good food, and everything else under junk food. But junk food is fun. Junk food is good for ourselves too, right? I want to have an ice cream once in a while, especially when my grandkids come over and they're having ice cream. I want to enjoy that ice cream with them. So if I have an ice cream once in a while, it's okay. So junk food is fun. We don't want to take out all the junk food, but we just want to make sure that it's not in my 90% of the diet. I can have junk food in the 10% of my life. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. All right, next question.
Great. Kumu Gupta ji is asking about places, and maybe more broadly, she's asking specifically about Maharashtra, big state, or Udlikanchan in Maharashtra for cleansing. So maybe atmosphere, environment. You can maybe talk about it more broadly about locations, and if you're familiar with Udlikanchan, you can discuss that as well. Right? You talked about it, right? You're with the sounds and the smells and how that plays in. But if you have specific,
I can see the question. Okay, Kumu. So I'm not familiar. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that area, but what I would say is that I've been to a center myself a few years ago, Grandma, I forget the name of the city where I was, Kwambato. And my colleague just recently went to Delhi. She went to the north, to Kerala somewhere, and she just came back having a Panchakarma done down there. But broadly, I would say definitely do your research. Maybe even get in touch with some of the people that have been there and had these therapies done, and then really look at and then go. Don't follow blindly, I would say.
Great. I'm going to put in the chat just a link to the cleanse. It's going to be April 8th to April 29th. It's online. If you sign up before the 25th, March 25th, you're going to get a discount. So it's $599, $600 right now. It's going to jump up to $800 in 2 or 3 days. So early signups are appreciated. Vijay Khanna, he says he follows the Mime rule: minimize ego, maximize empathy and humility. Thank you for that. I like that.
Sounds
Um,
amazing. Sounds amazing. We
yeah,
want to do
minimize
that.
ego, maximize empathy and humility. Nice. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
So Dharmeshi, I answered. It's going to start specifically on, put in the chat right there, right? April, where did it go?
Yes,
April
April
8th,
8th.
that
April 8th.
Tuesday.
Yes.
And so you cannot pick when you start. Please start when the program starts. I think you're going to, if you want to talk about just the pacing of it a little bit and what happens and how you bring people in, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, generally, so it technically starts on the 8th, but we'll probably have a meeting 1 week before that. We usually have those meetings on a Tuesday, starts on a Tuesday. So a week before that, which will be like the 1st, we'll have that our first meeting. But you would have to be signed up by that time in order to have that link to speak with us. You would have received all of your paperwork. Probably all of your packages, we send you the herbs, the medicated ghee, the Anuvasana Naruha Bastis as well. So when we have questions, making sure that everybody has received everything, that's when we will begin. Yes. Does the group start and stop on the same day? Yes. There's another question above. How does this fit into 21st century America, where AI speed is way of life, necessary to keep up? Yes, definitely need to keep up. But what can we do? Can I take a moment? So I'm on my computer 8 hours a day. Every hour, I used to put an alarm on my phone before. I no longer do that because I've gotten it into such a deep habit of that. I will get up and I will move. I will stand. Even when I'm teaching, sometimes I teach for 8 hours a day. All my students know that I'm going to, at some point, I'm just going to stand up and I'm going to start doing my jumping jacks. I'm going to move. I'm going to make them move as well. Movement is medicine. We have to move. We are designed to move as human beings. So when we have less movement, we create disease in the body. So get moving, whatever that is. Like put like those spiky roller thingies, put them underneath your feet if you are sitting for longer time. So do that. Move your legs up and down, get a standing desk if you need to, get your steps in. I have a friend who does 10,000 steps standing at her standing desk. She's constantly moving. Move your hips, move your arms, move your body. Yes, we can't escape from the AI. We can't escape from the 21st century, but what can we do? How can I slow down? I can definitely cut off my TV and my phone. I can put it down by 9 p.m. I can do that. That's in my control. AI is not going to say, pick it up and talk to me. I'm going to put it away and say, okay, family, this is time. We get to talk. I get to talk to my husband. I get to talk to my grandkids. I get to make a phone call and connect with my friends. I can use my AI in a very good way as well. So connect with the people that you love. All right. Do you offer Panchakarma on site? Hopefully one day. We used to, and it used to be an amazing experience. I was one of the leads with Dr. Halpern, and it used to be a fun way of doing that. So hopefully one day, I'll be back again. Does medicated oil massages required along with ghee treatments? Yes, we teach you what kind of massages to do, when to do the abhyangas, and which of you will need some form of maybe steaming, some warm showers, warm baths. We talk all about that, yes. And we'll tell you the type of oils that you might need for doing the abhyangas. Is it okay to have a busy work days during the cleanse? That's a tough one. We don't recommend it. It is okay to be a little busy between those 21 days, but try and cut your schedule back a little bit if you can. What it means is that it'll be that much harder on you. Do you want to make it harder? Do you want to, so here's my really clear answer. If it's going to be like, here's one more thing I have to do. So it's a lot of mental as well, is how we look at the things. Is your cup half full or is it half empty? If you're going to look at this, my life depends on this cleanse and I can't wait to do it. Yes, I have 8 hours, I have 10 hours, I have a busy schedule, but oh my God, I can't wait to get into that class. I can't wait to go home and do this. I can't wait to do my abhyanga. Then that's the right cleanse for you. But if you're thinking, oh shoot, another thing to do, then don't. It's not for you. Okay, are the meetings, do we have our meetings are from 5:30 to 7? 5:30 to 7. 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. and that is California time, PS time. Does the cleansing help with the sleep issues? Yes, yes, and yes. And we'll talk to you about your sleep in those talks that the weekly meetings that we have as well, definitely. Is it okay if you have to travel? Yes and no. That second week is very crucial that you are wherever you are. So if you're traveling in that second week, it's not ideal because you will be applying the Nruhan Anuvasana Bastis. That is the main part of the cleanse where your body's detoxing. And so you definitely don't want to put anything else on your schedule. So if you are traveling through that time, this would be a great time to get in touch with us prior to that and tell us about what your travel looks like. If it is a day or two, we may work with you on that one. So those are the type of questions you want to ask us before you actually sign up. Do you have residential facility and cost? No, sorry. Can a diabetic do this cleanse? Absolutely. You will see really good results with that. What happens if I was unable to attend the meeting? Will there be a recording? Trying to think if we have recordings. We do have recordings, but we do require you to attend. Kelsey and I are both big fans of that. Unless you have an emergency, we will allow that. But other than that, you don't want to miss that. You paid good money. This is about your health. So you have to have that attitude. I want to get healthy. I want to be healthy. By the end of the 3 weeks, I want to be like the way she's talking about it, right? Like that swastha. Like I want to have energy. I can't wait to get up in the morning and I can't wait to go to bed at nighttime. Like, oh, I'm going to have amazing sleep, but I can't wait for the sun to come up. I'm up before the sun. So you want to have that. When will spring cleanse begin and when approximately does fall spring? Fall spring usually comes around August. Did we answer all the questions, Ankur, on that one?
Yeah, I think the last one is how many hours should be allotted daily to the program. I also launched a poll. Let us know if you're interested in enrolling in this cleanse. Bobby G, I think you did a great job of explaining it, answering people's questions. I'm glad to have this partnership with the California College of Ayurveda. It was nice to meet you on Zoom and do this webinar. I hope our audience appreciated. If you can give us some positive emojis, that's always appreciated. Last chance to put your questions in the Q&A box. Yeah, so just at the top of the hour, very nice. We can go a little over if that's okay with you, Bobby G.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. So we're getting some comments.
I like that question on how many hours should one allot to this program daily. It's not about how many hours, but it's the quality time. You want to have a little bit of time. We do teach you about why you should take time to sit down and have breakfast. Why do you want to have time? Why do you want to take 15 minutes to just to sort of have that downtime? So it's not about the how many numbers of hours, but we want to say that you want to cut down a little bit on your work, that you have little spaces of time. So maybe if you have a space around breakfast time, a little bit around lunchtime, even if you're working, we have an hour lunch. Sometimes we only have half an hour lunch, but how do you use that half-hour lunch is the most important. It's not how much time you have, but how much quality time are you going to use out of that? If you sit in a corner and 5 minutes and you're going to you're going to shut everything down, that 5 minutes is going to be worth like 5 hours. So it's also about attitude and how we look at things matters. Is there a recording for this? I'm not sure. I think, Ankur, you can answer that question.
Yeah, we will share this recording with everyone who attended and everyone who registered. So if you want to review that, you'll be welcome to that. We'll send an email follow-up. We'll be available to answer your questions and hopefully encourage you to join the cleanse. Sumishji, I put the link to register in the chat. That's the one right there. So just there's some details and you can register right through there. So Yeah. Okay. So I think we're closing in on it. Just my last pitch. Please do consider this 21-day cleanse. It is, from what I'm hearing, just an amazing opportunity to take your personal health to the next level with experts.
Next level.
HUA is glad to partner with CCA on this. So this is a nice offering that we have, and we look forward to some of our HUA students joining as well. Dr. Bobby, your closing thoughts.
I just want to say thank you. You know, this is the sometimes it's not that we are going to commit right now. It's just having the information and really digest this information. If you're able to watch the recording again, watch the recording and see your takeaway. What are the pointers that we've given in this presentation that you can take away? It's not always about doing the 100%, but what is the 5% that you can commit to right now, right today, right? Is it about saying, okay, I'm just going to focus on out of the 5 senses, what am I going to not allow in? Is it about food? Is it about touch? Is it about listening? Is it about sound? Is it about the smells? Maybe it's like, okay, you know that spray I use in the kitchen, I'm not going to do that. That's a commitment. And just using that commitment, you'll have a domino effect. Once you see the effects of that, the positivity in your life, then you're like, okay, then next maybe I can take out my hairspray. Okay, maybe next time I can take this, and then it'll have such a beautiful effect. You know, we're human beings. We live in everyday life. Like someone said, we are in the AI age, right? Movement, you know, fast movement of the mind is here, but we want movement of the body as well. That's what's going to keep us healthy. We need to move this body as well and slow this mind down just with every half an hour, every hour. Just take a deep breath in. Okay, I just reset my system. My right brain, my left brain just connected, and I'm back to normal again. So I can begin to do that. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot. It's the little things. It's those minor little things that we can begin to do towards our swastha, as Ayurveda says. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys my wish for you guys is to utilize something out of today. Take something away and put it into your lifestyle today.
Great. Thank you. Namaste,
All
Dhanyawad,
right.
everyone.
Namaste. Well, let's own together, and then we will have rest of the beautiful day. Take a deep breath in. Oh. Shanti, Shanti. Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Lovely meeting you.